to Life Groups. It's Justin here, and again, last time you were in my house, but now you're actually at my parents' house. This is where I grew up. We actually built this barn, and this is not my horse, this is my dad's horse. I think its name is Lily. And Lily actually just had a baby. How long ago? I don't know, a couple months ago, but my dad actually sold it. I was expecting to show you guys this baby horse, but unfortunately we don't have one to show you, except maybe it's the pictures. But funny thing, we had horses growing up, and we actually built this barn and had horses, and there's this one time where horses are big, awesome, crazy animals that God made, and we had this, I think it was like a party with a birthday party for my older brother Taylor, and we decided to hey, let's ride bareback on our horse as Tolly. And so this horse was a little bit crazy, and so we got on this horse bareback and had these competitions of who could ride up the pasture, up the hill, and back down bareback on this horse the fastest. And I remember I was on the horse, I was like third, and the horse was freaking out by this point. I don't recommend this, by the way. We were young and dumb. But anyways, we were riding on the back of this horse, and we went down the pasture, and it took a hard turn, and I fell off the side of the horse and was hanging on by its neck as it's galloping down the pasture. And I was this close to falling off, but I think I won the competition. And then my dad said, hey, we need to stop this. And it was a good thing. But here's the thing with horses. They are big and powerful, but there's actually a very small thing that controls them. I want to show you this bit right here. You see, the bit is this metal piece that goes inside their mouth. What do you guys think? Should I put it in my mouth? It goes like this. I'm just kidding, that's gross. I'm not going to do that. But it goes into their mouth, and then you have the reins, and you pull on the bit, and the bit pulls their mouth left or to the right. And it's this tiny little piece of metal compared to this giant horse that controls where this horse is going to go. Everyone, this is Taylor.
Hey guys. So I'm going to demonstrate. What am I demonstrating, Justin?
You are showing us putting the bit in the...
Okay.
Wait, what are the things called? I think I didn't know what they're called.
Okay, this whole thing... Whoa. This whole thing is called the bridle. There's the bit. These are the reins, which the rider holds. And so, yeah, the bridle holds the bit on the in the horse's mouth by hanging on its head. And it goes something like this. So here's the bridle, here's the bit. She's gonna open her mouth and put it in. So now she has it in her mouth. And what you can do now with the bridle on, if you're riding her, you can have the reins, and if you want her, oh, she's yawning. If you want her to turn her head this way, you can pull just a little bit and see how she turned her head that way. Or if you want to turn her head the other way, you can pull on this side and she'll turn her head that way. And like that, with this very small thing, you control a very large animal.
Cool. Thanks, Taylor. You see, in James, the book of James in the Bible, he talks about the power of our words and what happens with our tongue when we speak, and how it's just this tiny little piece of our body that we talk with our tongue, but it has such huge impact. And he talks about how it's like a bit in the horse's mouth. And it's this tiny little thing that controls its whole body. And the same thing like a rudder. Think about a huge cruise ship, or like at the Titanic. It has this tiny little rudder that steers where it goes. Maybe the Titanic needed to pay attention more to its rudder. That was awkward. But it's this huge ship is controlled by this tiny little rudder, and it goes back and forth. And it's the same thing like a wildfire. We just had all these wildfires in our area, and this tiny little spark can start this huge fire. What happens with your words is important. I want to read just the last part of it, and I think you guys should read this in your groups. James 3:8. But no human being can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil full of deadly poison. Dude, that's crazy. But with it we bless our Lord and Father, and with it we curse people who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come blessing and cursing. My brothers, these things ought not be so. Does a spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh water and salt water? Can a fig tree, my brothers, bear olives, or a grapefruit produce figs? Neither can salt pond yield fresh water. My friends, how can we praise God with our mouth and out of the same mouth put people down, say bad things, have language that just dishonors God? And James says it can't be. Our mouths, our tongue, restless evil, full of deadly poison. What we say matters. So I want to challenge you guys. Do you believe that? Do you believe what you say matters? And furthermore, do you pay attention to the way that you talk? And do your words build up people, or do they tear people down? Talk about that in your groups. Thanks, Lily. You're awesome.